Good morning, and welcome here on my working table. If you just have stumbled into my video here, this is about my 100-day project, and I have reached week 12, and I will do from day 78 to day 84 today in this video here. Of course, I make my little collage every morning, but I will clip it together so there is for a whole week. And if you're thinking, what on earth is he talking about, the 100-day project is a project that many people do every year, and it starts about, this year it was the 23rd of February, and you can do whatever you fancy to do. You just do it in 100 days in a row. You can sew a little swatch, you can do a watercolor piece, you could do collaging, you could do a little painting, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you want to know more, find the playlist below here under the little word more, or in the description box, depending on if you're looking on a phone or on a iPad or on your TV or what you look. And there I have a playlist called the 100-Day Project 2025. And look for day 1. There I would explain everything about what this is about. But I have decided to make small collages, 10 by 10 centimeters on a heavy watercolor substrate. And I have also chosen to do it a little easy for myself this year, because I have another big challenge going on, an embroidery one called the Stitch Circle Show Challenge. But you can also find a playlist for that if you're interested in embroidery. But I have chosen to do it like this. Each week I have 5 papers and a special paper. And the 5 papers are always papers I have made myself by jelly printing or making them in other ways. But primarily it is jelly prints. And I use these 5 papers and the special paper in all 7 days of the week. Then I carry 2 of the papers on to the next week and find 3 new papers. And that I have been doing all the way here to week 12. And you can see, why don't you just use quite new papers every week? And you can of course do that. You can set every kind of rules up for yourself if you want to. But I have done it because you can see here they are sitting on a big safety pin, all my collages I've made so far, and perhaps it's a little difficult to see, but I know when I will take them out of the safety pin and take a picture of them or perhaps make a small video of them when all the 100 days is gone, they would look so nice together, because the colors are earth colors, earth tones, brown, reddish, off-whites, and so in this ball game. And one of my papers is always a greenish turquoise one, because I think this color combo is looking very nice. So that is why I've chosen to do it like this. By the way, my name is Lisbeth, and I'm Danish, and I'm an abstract mixed media artist who likes to do all sorts of things. But look at the playlist and you can find whatever interests you. There are a lot of different things I'm doing. But for this video here, it's about small collages, and let us begin making day 78. These are the papers from last week, these 2 papers here, and I have some snippets of them also. And for this week I have chosen these 3 papers here. And my special paper is also a paper I made myself, this gold black one. So these are the papers I'm going to use here this week. Since I know I want to carry these 2 papers onto next week, I have just teared them up in 2 halves, and then I will save these 2 here for next week. So now I have a whole sheet of the turquoise, because I change this one out every week. And these leftovers here, we can start by taking them ahead. and then these two papers here. I often like to start with things that are torn out already. That is somehow easier to have some papers that are torn out already, instead of, because right now I don't know what I will be doing, but we will see what I will come up with here this week here. So I will just tear these up so I have something here already. And here I can also tear a snip of this. And perhaps of this. So I have something to work with. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's this. There are some lovely marks, and I have made them by putting the iridescent bronze from Golden Paint on my jelly plate and sprayed it with water and lifted up, and then there was some leftovers. I lifted up again with the turquoise, therefore there are these quite yummy marks there. I really like them. So let us see here. Yeah, that is a really nice mark down there. I think I want that in my collage. And again, contrast is very nice. And there's a big contrast with these two papers here. Not so much with these here. And I think I want the torn edges there instead. There and there. And something of this also I want to put in there. Yeah. And again, there's a white edge there, and I don't like white edges, but you probably know already, those of you who are following my project here. Like that. And that. And when I glue them down, I will see to that the 3 pieces are different sizes. That is more exciting to look at, instead of they were exactly the same width. So something like this I like. And then there's this paper here, and it is really a strong paper. It's quite in your face, this paper. So yeah, what do I want to do? I think I will try to just make a, and here it doesn't matter which way I tear it, because I like the torn black edges of this paper here. It comes opposite of when I'm doing when there's white papers. I don't like that, the white torn edges. Let us see here. Oh yeah, that is really something, going that way. I can also be brave and just put it like this. Or there, I don't know. I think I will glue these papers down first, and then I would decide where to put this, because it is easier to see when it is cut clean and I don't have all these things peeking out in all directions here. And the way I will glue them down, I don't think I will be gluing very much in this video, because you must be tired of seeing me gluing, but that is the first paper I'll glue down. This is the second, and this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth paper I will be gluing down. So I will just do that. So they are glued down, and I will just burnish them down with my little cloth here. And I took that bigger piece instead of this, because they were difficult to make them different sizes. And I think I like this color here very much. So I will cut the edges clean, so we can see where to put the black strong paper. And I have a book here beside me, a glue book, you can call it. But of course you can use old magazines or advertising materials you have got in your post or in the mail, so you don't get glue on your papers where you don't want glue. So this is how it looks, and I think it looks very nice so far. So now I have this piece here, and it is quite strong piece. You can see there are several options. I don't know if I can tear it even smaller. I will try. I really think it's in your face, this paper. Yeah, I think this is better. I can always let it go over there, so I break this big piece up, but I like this pattern there, so instead if I turn it around and put it there, then I won't be hiding this pattern there. I think I will go for this all the way over there. Whoops, I just put my lid on here. So I try to make it a habit when I'm done to put the lid on my glue stick, because sometimes I just let it lie there and walk away and come on here next day, and then it has been lying there without the lid on for 24 hours, and then it gets hard and not so nice to work with. So here you again can turn it in all four corners of the world, or this was the way I thought it was going to be, but in fact I like it better this way, so I will make it this way here instead. And so that is the way it's going sometimes, and that is the way I don't write the date before I am finished. So this is week 12, and it is day 78, and it is the 11th of May. Oh, I just forgot, yesterday was my father's mother's grandmother, what do you call it? It was her birthday, but she has passed away many years ago. But I just remembered. I should have remembered it yesterday. So here it is. And now for the black lines I always do on these collages here. I don't think it needs much black here because of this one, but if I'm going to make a black line, I think I will make it here, just this little one here. It is a Stabilo all, and it is water soluble, and it makes such a nice black line when you put water on it. And I can see I have been doing something with an orange color here on my water brush, so I'll just wipe it off here beside on my glue book, and then there. And I like to let my fingers run through it. There it is. Oh, sorry, that was too close. So it started great this week, so see you tomorrow. Hi. Good morning and welcome to week 12, day 39. And it is the 12th of May. And I have been up early, so I already made my small collage for today. And I had made a black line down here, but I think I would highlight these black ones here a little more. So it is quite pale, that paper, compared to the others, and that is of course nice, but because that is a contrast. But yeah, now I'm giving it a little more black there. So this is how this would be. So that was a quick one. So on with the rest of the day. I haven't decided what to do yet, but we will see. But take care, and I will see you tomorrow for day 80. And perhaps I should use some of all these small scrap things here and see what I can come up with them. Hi. Good morning, eller as we say in Danish, good morning. Hi, we don't say that, we say godmorgen, and that's nearly the same. But day 80 here, I have just laid this on here because I was thinking of putting a stripe of this in the middle, and then there are 4 of the other papers, so perhaps 4 small squares there and 4 small squares there, and then I can perhaps do it like this through the middle. So I think I will go for something like that. As I have said before, this is only paper and glue, so what the heck, if it doesn't look nice, there's nothing much I can do about it, because I won't be making another one. But then I had tried it, and if it didn't work, it didn't work, and so it would be. So one of these and one of these, and one of these and one of these, and one of these and one of these. I know they are quite big now, but I don't mind. And one of these and one of these there. And then the $1,000 question is which order, because I don't want them to be like they are now, opposite each other. I want them to be different ways. So if I go with this up here, they would be sitting something like that. And they are different than these ones are sitting up there. So that works fine. But I think I will start gluing this turquoise thing on, and then this, and then these. And then I will see how it looks when I put something here in the middle. I will go for that. So I wouldn't save you from seeing me gluing again. You can see I have a notebook here beside me. I'm just using as glue book. But away with these and put them up there, and then down there, and put that in the middle there. I will go for that. So I will just place the first one, and as I said a billion times before, I think don't be precious with your glue stick. And of course you could use matte medium, or you can use anything you want to glue your papers down. But for the sake of time and for when I'm making videos, it is much easier for me to use a glue stick. And also another thing is a glue stick isn't so viscous, and therefore the papers won't buckle so much if I was using matte medium. The more viscosity there is in a glue, the more your papers will buckle. But I will glue that on and be back. So done with the gluing. I'm a little excited to see how it will look when I cut my edges clean here. Or trimming the edges, you can say. I don't know if the turquoise in the middle is too big. I can't quite decide that, but there's a mark up here I don't like, and there, and there, and then I will take my water brush. There. And perhaps we can give it a little more of this here to give it a little more oomph, if that is a word. There. That was better. And now for the thin one here going through. And I don't, yeah. If I put it there, as I say, slam bam in the middle, it is so obvious. So perhaps I could put it there and make another one. Perhaps I could put two in. I will see if I can tear another strip of this thin one. It is the same weight. It is this black paper here as copy paper has, so it is quite thin, this paper. So that is fine. Yeah. Now I'm trying something else to make a cross like this, but that is also too strange, I think. So I would start gluing this one on first and see if I like another one there. It isn't always, you know, exactly what you like until you see it. For me it is like this. And, oh yeah, now I was tearing too much of it off, but I don't think that matters. And then if I put that one really close to it, I don't think I can tear it smaller than this, but I can try. Oh baby, I just ruined the paper. Yeah, I can't tear it any smaller. So perhaps I can just do it a smaller one. I think I will go with that. That is what happens when you try different things, then new ideas pop into your head. I wasn't thinking about that at all before I laid it down and removed it a little up. And then I saw something I think looks nice here. I don't know if it would be overkill to put more black lines in. This is quite strong with these, so putting more black lines in is perhaps overkill. I've done it in the two others, and of course I can decide not to do it, but yeah, I would write on the back and decide if I want it or not. I have decided no more black lines. I think it is too much, but it ended up like this, and I like these here, and I was thinking about one of the other days perhaps, and even put one of the smaller there, so it would look, and turn it this way, so it would look like it is dripping down of the wall or something like this. So I will see you again tomorrow. Hi. Good morning, and welcome to day 81, and it is the 14th of May, and I have already been doing this, and you can see, if you remember yesterday, I talked about this stripping down, and that is often what is happening. One thing leads to the next thing, and then you are thinking, oh, I can do this, and oh, I can do that, and so on. But I quite like it, so but I think I will give this a little more black there, and well, there is my water brush there. And wipe that black off. And in this case, I think I want a black line down here. I think here it's okay. This is what I feel for here. There. And there's a little mark there who needs a little color. And what color do I want? Perhaps this one here. And there. And again, perhaps I just used new color 2 from the brand Collages, and I really like these because they are so pigmented and they are water soluble, so you can paint with them, and they are solid, or you can water them down like here, and they nearly is working as a glaze, so helping you highlight some things. And down there's also a little something. Yeah, that's just me and my silly ways. Oh, there was a lot of orange in there still, so I will just wipe it off here. So day 81 ended up like this. So take care and see you tomorrow. Hi. Good morning, and welcome to day 82, and it is the 15th of May, and I have already made my collage for today. So I just highlighted the black ones here a little more, and when I was done, I think there was missing something, so I just put that extra little snippet in there. It was sitting here on my pile who's going in the bin when I'm done, so it fitted there, but I think it looks quite nice with that little extra snippet there. So that was a quick one. So farvel og tak, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Godmorgen or good morning to all of you. Today is week 12, and it is day 83, and it is the 16th of May, and I have been up here and started already. And this paper here, my special paper, you can see there was punched 2 rings out of it, so I decided to tear something out of that ring, not the whole ring, because that would be too big here. So here is a totally straight edge, and here is the torn edge, and I think I like that. it looks a little different than the others, but I think it fits nice with the other ones. So that is also a way you can do it. I have taken big chunks of these two papers because this is the papers I like most of the 5 papers here I use this week. And perhaps you know it by yourself, or I know some of you do, because you tell me sometimes, oh, I like this one better than the other ones, and so on. And I think it is a quite normal thing to say that we like this compared to this, or we like this better than this one, and that is quite fine. So, but I ended up using 2 big chunks and very little of that. And it ended up in the middle because it is the lightest one and the 2 darker ones there. So that was just some thoughts about how I did it this morning here. So today was day 83 and tomorrow is day 84. And then there will only be 2 more weeks, and I think it is 2 days more. And then this year's 100-day project has gone, and I think it has went very fast. And time flies, and I'm getting older and older, and I don't like that. Yeah, compared to what could have been. I, of course, like to be older, but as we say in Danish, you don't have grip in the long end anymore. There have gone more years than there's years to come, and yeah, so life is. But then it is good I have something I like to do, and I enjoy that. But take care, and I will see you for the last one in this week here tomorrow. Bye bye. Good morning or good morning, and it is day 84 here, and it is the 17th of May. And the last day in this week, so let us get started. I have torn all these long strips out because last week I made one where there was a lot of thin long stripes, and I have torn one of each of my papers out, one of each of them with colors one, and 4 of the same with the turquoise on, and then I have my gold paper also. But I think I will just start gluing them down one by one, and every second will be that one, but I will start with this one and see how that looks, and hopefully I will like it, because as we have a saying in Danish, if you don't like it, we can do it again. I can of course do it again, but then it will be tomorrow. So let me see in what order. Yeah, I think I will go with this one there. So that is a lot of gluing here, but do you need to see me do all this gluing? I don't know. Perhaps you can tell me if it is too much with all this gluing, and then I can skip it. So another turquoise one here, but I think you can see what it is I'm doing. So tell me if there is too much gluing in my videos. I won't ask you if you think there's too much talking, for I don't think I need to hear the answer. I hope you know I was joking. I don't think I talk too much, but you could ask my hubby. I don't know what he would say if I was in the same room. Yeah, but now I have glued this down, and I think it looks so lovely. And I need some of my gold papers in, and I think perhaps we can make some like small bridges. Let them just pass over here. Something like that. Let see, I have some small ones here also. There. Perhaps that is enough. If I put them like this, it would be so symmetrical, and I don't think I like that. I think I would go for something like this, where they aren't sitting with the same amount of space between them, because that is so predictable. So up there with one. I think it is quite unbelievable. Now I have made these 84 ones, and you still can find ways to put your papers you haven't done before. Some of them perhaps will be sitting the same way, the papers will be sitting the same way in the composition, but then the papers would be different, so I don't think you will notice that, but some of them are standing out. This one doesn't look like anything else I have been doing, but that is what comes to you when you're working a lot, and one idea leads to the next idea, and that is what I really like about working in this intuitive way. So here it is. And you could of course also put it this way, and in fact I think I like it. I like it better this way. I don't know because if it becomes more landscapey. Yeah, it could. No, I like it this way better. So it would end up this way here. So I will hurry up and write week 12 and day 84, and it is the 17th of May 2024. No, 25, sorry. Yeah. Do I want any black lines? I don't think so. I think it would be too harsh on this. So this is how it ended. Quite different from some of the others. But I would line them up as I used to on a white piece of under paper or substrate, so you can see them better. So here they are, all the 7 of them for this week 12. And color-wise, I think they look quite lovely. This one sticks a little out because there's so much turquoise in it, and this also sticks a little out because there's this kind of shape in it. But I think it is nice there is so many options, so many ways you can do these collages, even though you only have 6 different papers, and you can come up with so many different things. So I hope you have been inspired, and perhaps you are already doing the 100-day project yourself, or doing something, perhaps something different that I'm doing. But I hope you have learned some tips and tricks, and I have talked a little about how you can do things differently. So I will please ask you to give my video a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel, and perhaps you could hit the notification bell if you want to have a notification every time I put a new video up. But please do that. That would make me very happy, and that would help with the algorithms here on YouTube. It isn't the easiest thing to be a little Danish channel in this English speaking world. But I will only say take care and be creative, and see you next week. Bye bye, goodbye, auf Wiedersehen, so long, farewell, farvel, hej hej.